Sketch? Check. First little layer, a glaze? Check. Now let's go paint a lion. Hello and welcome to Mimi's Art. I am going to paint a lion today, and I'm so grateful that you stopped by and are watching in this video. I'm hoping you're having an awesome day so far, and I'm starting with the pupils, as you can see, which is a little scary in a way because try to get them like round. Anyway, I wanted to give you a little bit of a background, about why I'm painting this lion. And with every single painting I'm gonna do, I just want to give you a little bit of the why and, go with a bit of a story behind it so you can understand my thought process and my reasoning and all that fun stuff. So, but first things first, I'm just laying down some very basic shadows, the stuff that is just really going to be dark in the painting. And I'm just doing plain black in here, you guys. I'm not scared to go in with black because you can always kind of color correct with glazes later on. For those of you who don't know, I paint with acrylics, and if you would like to know what colors I'm using, go check them out in the description. I always put them in there. I do not put down the colors that I use for mixing for different colors in the painting as I get further along, just because I forget. And I just check down in the description and you'll just, make up your own concoction with colors if you feel so inclined to do so. So why did I choose, I can't talk, why did I choose to paint a lion? To me, a lion has a lot of different meanings. Obviously, we know the lion is the king of the jungle, right? They are majestic animals. They're like the biggest of the cats, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. And I think they're really fascinating. Now, the other part that is important to me is the spiritual meaning behind lions. A lot of animals have spiritual meanings. A lion is no exception. Now, for me, I derive my spirituality from my Christian faith. I'm a Christian, and don't worry, don't run away. I'm not here to try to convert you. What you do with this information is totally up to you. No pressure. But this is one of the reasons why I am doing a lion, because it is important to me from that spiritual aspect. Anyway, let's get back to the painting for a minute, because this looks absolutely atrocious. I know, I agree. And when I was doing this, oh my gosh, I just felt like throwing the painting away. Now, unfortunately, I do not have the part where I fill it in with all of the underpainting colors, because I forgot to hit record. I mean, sorry, it happens. But it was such a dumb process too. It looked like a toddler just tried to paint a lion. So after all was said and done, this was what I ended up with, except for the nose that still has its original first glaze there. But this is what the lion looked like after that initial painting session, and boy, I was not happy. Trust me. That to me was just oh no, I should throw this away. This doesn't look good. Paintings go through ugly stages, and this is absolutely no exception. So anyway, back to the story. Why a lion? Now, in the Bible, it does speak about lions, often symbolically referred to, a ferocious or fierce lion, trying to destroy, devour, kill, and all that stuff. But there's one scripture that speaks about the Lion of Judah, which is in Revelations. The book of Revelations is the last book of the Bible. And I just really felt like doing this lion painting because there's another scripture in the Bible that has been important to me lately, which talks about that the battle belongs to the Lord, that the battle is God's. And I don't know about you, but we go through battles in our life, don't we? And I'm no exception. There have been some pretty interesting battles that I've gone through, some battles I'm still going through. And for me, I needed to eventually step away and because I put a lot of effort into preparing myself for these battles, preparing myself or positioning myself, and you know, keeping my mind kind of clear in certain, you know, circumstances and whatnot. And to me, there was a time where I felt that I had been battling hard and long enough, and that it was time to sort of step back and like trust, you know, my spiritual force, which is God, to fight the battle for me. And that's why I decided to do this lion, also as a reminder for those that want to take a story out of this, that want to take some sort of inspiration out of this. Sometimes the battle is not yours. Sometimes you do not have to fight the battle. Okay, I'm hoping that's going to be an encouragement to you. Anyway, I'm gonna just snap out of this for now and go back to my painting. So here I am using a fan brush just to create a little bit of texture on the nose, just to make it look like fur. This I use on like landscapes a lot, this kind of technique, but it works on fur as well. And then I just went in with some like lighter color. Now I did not really have some colors that are recommended for painting lions. One of them is a yellow ochre. So I just went online, you can do this too, and go mix your own yellow ochre. I didn't really want to go run to the store, and so I just was experimenting with some other shades to create something that resembled yellow ochre. I mean, honestly, it's not it, you know what I mean? But it came close enough, and I thought it was a really good experience for me just to mix other paints just to create something that I really wanted. Same with kind of the raw umber that you can see where I kind of hit some shadows on that lion. That was also mixed with other paints just to create that shade rather than buying a tube of it. I do apologize if you hear some background noises, like there's a fan going. I'm in the bathroom right now recording, and the reason for that is that they're doing lawn maintenance in the complex that I live in, because I was going to record in my vehicle because that tends to be the quietest place, but not if they're running mowing machines and weed whackers. So trying to find the quietest place in my home, which is my bathroom right now. That has a fan. But it's the better of all the other evils because I have a air conditioning unit running in my bedroom, so that is pretty noisy and loud. Okay, so here I am still using that same color. So when I have mixed one color, I tend to go over the whole painting and use it where I think I need to use it, because there's no way in heck that I'm gonna get that exact same color again tomorrow. So I just go in and put in and I know if it's too light, I can always glaze over it later and do some color corrections. I just wanted to use the color while it was still wet. All right, time for the liner brush. Okay, I needed to go back over the eye here because a lot of that black that I laid down in the beginning kind of got smushed out a little bit, or whatever you want to call it, because of other colors. See, that's why I'm not scared to go in with black, because you can always go back in and correct it again. That's really nice with acrylics, right? It's forgiving, it dries fast, and I do say that I get a little scared doing this because if I'm slightly off, the whole shape of the eye will change. So yeah, I try to go in with caution and try to slow down because I tend to be a bit of a fast painter. I want to let's do it, let's say quick, and then I mess up. So pacing myself. You'll notice that there will be other slight changes in this painting that you don't see me actually paint in the video, because I did a bunch of stuff off camera too, because I do small little sections and sometimes they take forever and it's just a lot of footage to go through. So I decided just not to incorporate some things. And here's my itty bitty tiny teeny weeny brush while I'm trying to lay down some itty bitty tiny teeny weeny hairs. Going back in with black or a very dark brown to deepen those shadows a little bit more. So fun fact, today is actually the last day of school for my elementary school kids. The middle school was done yesterday. So it's officially summer break. Whew, it's crazy. Trying to refine a little bit more around that nose and following a reference photo that I have. And yeah, I kind of like this. Like I'm not even really doing strokes. They're just tiny little dots, just filling in where I think it needs to be filled in. Let me know in the comments what you think of lions, and you know, do they scare you? Do they inspire you? Do they make you feel like in awe? Do you have a spiritual connection to them? Yes or no, and why? I would love to know. Chat with me. And now it's time to do the other side of the eye. So I'm still using the same color. And yeah, just making those lines black again. And I love doing this because then all of a sudden it just starts to become more alive. And, you know, I just, like with every brush stroke, I start to feel a little bit more confident because, oh my gosh, after that initial like first under painting layer, I've really felt like throwing my work out. But I'm glad I didn't. I figured, no, just keep going, just keep swimming. And again, in with the dots and the teeniest of brush strokes. That eye isn't finished yet, you guys. There's still more there are still more details to be added to the actual color of the eye. I usually do the reflection at the very end, so this is not done yet. But it's starting to look more like something is actually looking at you. Now here's a comparison. It's starting to look more like a lion, doesn't it? The left one is that underpainting, that first kind of layer, and then the right is after adding some more details, shadows, highlights. Yeah, now we're starting to look more like a lion, I think. So continuing on with another itty bitty brush. Now this, I love this. Some people hate this. Some people think, oh my gosh, like this is the most tedious thing ever. Yes, I am putting the teeniest, tiniest brush strokes on the nose because I'm trying to create like that short fur type texture. So I'm going in with a very light color and I'm just putting little lines, and I do change the direction slightly here or there. And I'm just going across the bridge of the nose, putting these teeniest of brush strokes on there, and like put some dots here and there in between, just trying to create more of a actual fur type texture. And yes, I enjoy this part. I love this. I put on music, I get into my own little world, and I just have fun with this. And here you can see that it's starting to look a little bit more fur-like. So yeah, it's paying off. All right, moving on. Still the same color, by the way. So I've done the whole nose from, you know, top to where the or the bridge of the nose, I guess. And then I'm gonna go down into, you know, what I kind of call, you can call it a goatee, whatever. It's just like the bottom jaw, and use that same color so that it still is like a harmonious painting with the same kind of colors. But I did do a bunch of underlaying colors and strokes there, so it's starting to look more, you know, like layers of fur rather than a flat kind of fur. Here you can see that I've done a few other changes. I glazed around the muzzle. I put like those little dots there where the whiskers are gonna go. And I am actually going in with tiny little strokes. I'm using an angled brush here and trying to get that muzzle a little bit more, you know, like fur-like rather than just color. And I'm just using the angled brush because you can get some really cool fur strokes with an angled brush. So that's what I'm doing right here. Most of it is done. These are the final strokes on the other side, and I do go over those like little dots that I've created. They're not really symmetrical and they don't really look the best. That I was struggling with that part, just so that you know. But that's the nice thing, you know, you can go over it and then you can refine it a bit later. Right now I'm just trying to make the edges a little bit softer so it actually looks like a muzzle. And I'm gonna go back over those little guys. Yeah, I was struggling a little bit with this part, and I will go over it again later on, and I will glaze around it and all that fun stuff. But just, you know, give me some tips, maybe. I don't know. Like here I'm glazing over top of it, just trying to make it look a little more natural and not just like funky little dots out of nowhere. Going over that first layer with an actual lighter layer. Again, layering really, in my opinion, makes it look, you know, more realistic. Again, with that same color going down the bottom, trying to bring it all together so it looks like, you know, it actually belongs there. Longer strokes near the bottom, shorter strokes just underneath like the lips and the mouth. And I'm glad I practiced some fur in my sketchbook in the last couple of weeks, just so that this could actually look better than what I had attempted in the past whenever I would try to do fur. One famous lion, and that it's obviously a fictitious lion, is Aslan from The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe. I love that movie, and I love the Chronicles of Narnia. Yes, that lion to me is also pretty significant. Now, as this painting is taking me quite some time, I am gonna be dividing it up into two different parts. So we're almost near the end of this part, and please stay tuned because I'm going to go into the itty bitty details in the next painting, and it's really going to pull things together. But for today, I just really want to thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Feel free to subscribe to my channel, leave a comment, like the video, but most of all, just have an awesome and amazing day, you guys. Stay happy, keep your peace. Bye.